Welcome everyone. Today's Metal3 Community meeting. My name is Adam Rosman and I will be your host today. Today is 20th of December 2023. And as usual, we can skip the introductions and we can go on to the reminders. Please remember that the meeting is recorded. If you feel that you have some time to help the project, then feel free to check the help wanted labels. Across all of our repositories, we have help wanted labels assigned to issues, and those are free for everyone to pick up and start working and contributing. That is greatly appreciated by the project maintainers. Then if you feel that your project would be okay to disclose that you are using the Metal3, then feel free to create a PR and modify the adopters.md file in the community repo. It's in the root of the repository. And you just have to add an additional record into this table with your organization and project. And that would also help us gauge the adoption of the Metal3 project. And if you are facing CI-related difficulties, your automated or manually triggered tests are failing, then you can always just create an issue and assign your issue to this Metal3 CI tracker, and then the maintainers and the but the project and many of the CI maintainers would see this GitHub project, and they can see that you have a issue with the CI, or they can help you figure out if this is an issue with the CI or not. Then now I have changed the incubation proposal draft into the actual incubation proposal, and I will talk about this later during the meeting. And then all the other links are just for your information. You can check the development statistics and other deliverables and other statistics and metrics about the project. One cool thing I'd like to thank you, Tomo, for updating the Claw Monitor config files. So now we have more of these repositories in Claw Monitor or CLO Monitor, and we can better track the quality or our alignment with the best practices within the CNCF community. And now the projects have their appropriate not label, but like test requirements. So community is only tested against community, docs are only tested against docs, and so on. And we already maxed out the community requirements. Okay, and then we can go and continue with the agenda points. First, I'd like to ask that, is there anyone who would like to talk about the Ironic scalability working group? Or can we skip this?
I don't have like a lot of updates. I guess my focus right now was on figuring out the path towards HA in the future Ironic operator, Ironic standalone operator, Ironic whatever you call it operator. We can discuss it later on. I'm going to write a summary on the GitHub issue for that, on what I think the immediate path forward is. Like, I recognize there's a lot of paths for further improvements, but I guess after all the discussions we had on the issue, we are ready to have a plan forward for the MVP of several conductors in Ironic, which is great.
Yep, sounds great. Let's hope we can figure out the name soon. But yeah, then let's continue. If nothing else, then great news. The incubation proposal has been submitted, which means that we are, as far as I can gauge, We are the first bare metal provisioning Kubernetes native CNCF project who applied for incubation status. So thank you, all of you, and everyone who will watch the video. And I already sent a message on Slack, and I will send an email. Maybe that will reach the widest audience. But yeah, I think, and I discussed this with Kashif, that we will probably have to keep this document up to date because we are not sure how long the due diligence process and security analysis and everything that will come with this will take. And so feel free to point out potential issues with this document or additions you would like to add, because I think we are free to update this until this gets merged and accepted. Is there any comment, question, or anything related to this incubation? Okay, if not, then there is another CNCF related topic. This took quite a bit of time, but finally we have the result of our last year's report. So last year, end of the year, I think somewhere in September or October, we have reported our progress since like for the 22. And yeah, we got pretty good review. I think there were nothing that the reviewers found problematic, apart from that we had to update the code of conduct. Now we have linked our code of conduct to the latest CNCF code of conduct document, so that should be good. And then we had some technical comment related to the report PR itself, but not to the project. Otherwise, no negative comments, just that we are set for incubation if we do what we were doing anyways. So that's also good news. Let's hope this will be reflected during the due diligence process. Also, is there any comment related to this last year's annual review? Okay, if not, then we can go to the technical topics. Non-bootable ISO discussion.
Thank you, Adam. And good news about all the stuff around incubation. It's amazing to see. Yeah, I wanted to check maybe with you real quick about your concerns for the data image being something that can be changed for active instances. And most importantly, I don't know if you have seen my last question on this long discussion. Scroll it really down. Yeah, so if we change that to be a new customer source, so we change data image from a field on bare metal host to a new customer source, for which RBAC can be configured separately. Is it going to solve your concerns here?
Yeah, I've seen it. I was just dealing with other stuff, but out of all the things that we discussed, this is probably the best, if not the only solution that you have mentioned here. As I said, I'm open to any approach that could help protecting like the data integrity. So yeah, I mean, how would this work? I was administering RBAC a long time ago. So if I remember correctly, that with that we would be able to set that only this and this service accounts or users are able to like access that namespace or deploy that given resource. But from BMO perspective, BMO would just accept the whatever secret is provided, right? It would basically just block the user or service account who writes the CR, who applies the CR, right?
Yeah, to roughly speaking, prevent, if you don't want to see that in your deployment, you can write our bugs that will prevent anyone from creating these new customer sources.
Yeah. Mm.
Or only super admins to create them, or whatever.
Yeah, but if I just think about our current setup, let's say if we have like have a BMO and then there are BMHs in, let's say, 3 different namespaces, and we have the CR, and then we with an RBAC block that you cannot deploy the CR or any secret or whatever in the given namespace, that could solve it, because then we could selectively like enable it in 2 namespace and disable it in 1 namespace, right? So that would be configurable like that.
Yeah, that's my idea.
Yeah, I for me, yeah, this is fine. If we can do it based on namespace with the RBAC, with the CR, that's fine for me. That's fine for me, because that would, I think, help with these multi-tenant environments that I'm afraid of. Because what I'm afraid of is that, let's say there is some administrator who manages these sort of bare metal nodes for multiple end users, and then that person would mess up something, or his or her automation would mess up something, or whatever, something would happen, then this would cause problem. And then probably we have to recommend for like the administrators or whoever would be the end user of this, is that when you deploy these sort of CRs, then use like some sort of service account or something for them to have RBAC control over them. Yeah. Yeah, I am fine with this. I can't come up with better solution either. This is good enough for me.
Okay, good. Could you comment? Then I'll work with Himanshu to
Yeah.
update it probably early next year.
And thank you for entertaining my concerns with this. Is there anyone who is interested in this discussion or have some comments? I haven't seen many people joining this this review. Yep. Okay, if that's fine, then we can continue. And I guess the next is for the naming of the ironic operator.
Right, so me again. So I'd like to get to some conclusion to this topic. I also saw I actually wrote an email today morning. I have some concerns about the current voting there. And so essentially, which goals we follow when we try to find a new name for ironic operator. We don't want to call it ironic operator because it's going to have a conflict with OpenStack specific ironic operator, which already exists, which is okay. We talked about not using some creative name because creative names are confusing for people. So there was some great suggestion, I think maybe from you, Adam, with it or something, which I really like, but I also recognize that we probably should stop inventing creative names because they have they incur some mental loads on people who try to understand what's going on. We don't want to use Metal3 in this name, and that, in my opinion, applies to M3, which is kind of just Metal3 shortened, because we want to have an operator that's not necessarily specific to Metal3, and Metal3 ironic operator may imply that it's only suitable for Metal3. I cannot say I'm 100% agree with this reasoning, but I see this reasoning at least valid. I have some concerns about many options here. BMAS, so bare metal as a service, is a bit problematic because this particular BMAS shortening has been used at Red Hat to mean ironic in OpenStack for a long time. So at least for Red Hatters, it will make the confusion worse, not better. Provisioner is a term we use internally in BMO. I don't think anyone is familiar with that. Cube operator is kind of tautology, right? Where like all operators are cube operators, which in my opinion leaves us essentially between ironic standalone operator, Metal3 ironic operator, Zane's unstacked ironic operator if you want to get a bit more fancy, and not renaming it at all. So honestly, I think we should essentially choose between these four options rather than trying to invent more words, because I want it to be descriptive because I don't want people to decipher what it means. It's enough that we have ironic as a name. So kind of keeping ironic operator and not using some other non-descriptive things could be, I don't know, for me at least beneficial. So that's my thinking on this topic. I'm personally between ironic standalone operator and unstacked ironic operator for the reasons I mentioned. But I'm still curious what people think. But if we don't come to any conclusion univocally, I think I'll just rename it or something. And
yeah, I was actually talking with Adam a lot about these and kind of pushing him to remove all those fancy names and others. But I like your thinking here, and I would be even so cruel that to cut out the unstacked one, because to me it means nothing. It's confusing. So I would choose just between the ironic standalone operator and the Metal3 ironic operator personally. I would love to use the ironic operator, but I agree that if there is a project with that name, then nothing is more confusing to users than actually Googling something and getting two different projects with the same name and then being even more confused. And personally, if you ask me, I would probably go for the Metal3 ironic operator, but I'm not against the standalone one.
Yep. I'm fine with the Metal3 ironic operator. For the standalone, so how is it now? Because that was this concern from OpenStack people that this is confusing for them. But yep.
I'd word it a bit different. It was a concern from Jay.
Okay.
Right? OpenStack people, like you can consider Ricardo and myself OpenStack people just as Jay is. And we have used, I agree with Jay that the word standalone is not perfect, but we have used it for like many, many years to mean specifically ironic without OpenStack. I'm rather curious how it looks for non-OpenStack people, like for you, Adam, for Tomo. Does it make the same sense for you, like standalone, or is it also like confusing things like unstacked?
Yeah, unstacked is completely out of context from me. Standalone is not, because I mean, I think most of the people who are working on this, even from Kubernetes, like CNCF side, they know that Ironic is part of OpenStack, so that's not that out of context. But even for that, you have to know Ironic a little bit. But from my part, I would be fine with the standalone or the Metal3. Both of them are fine for me. I would also agree with Tomo that this unstacked is not. I cannot like reconcile it in my head. So yeah, standalone or Metal3. But I would, yeah, I hope for a, not to say like a common ground where everybody's happy. So there is one person at least who is not with the standalone. So I would give my vote for the Metal3 Ironic operator, just for that reason.
Yeah, that's the only thing that bothers me about the Metal3 version is that, like mentioned, it repeats the Metal3, but also it hints that there is an Ironic operator that's now been adapted to Metal3, which it really isn't. It's a new thing. So it kind of carries that kind of hint there, which bothers me a little, but like I said, I still prefer that over the standalone, which also kind of carries the hint that there is like some other operator somewhere that's this is based on, or something like that. Yeah, none of these are perfect, but yeah, I would be voting for the Metal3 as well.
All right, anyone else have any feedback?
Yeah, I have a question actually. Here, like this. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, like the idea is with the operator was to use it like outside of the Metal3 as well, right? Like actually a standalone, right?
Well,
With the operator.
we hope it can be useful for people outside of Metal3. But
Yeah,
we haven't had
that's
anyone coming and saying, you know, we will use it once you publish it. Like,
yeah, I got it now. But for that option, I think it would. I go for the standalone name. It's yeah, but also like the Metal3 one also sounds good.
thank you. Ricardo, Max, do you have opinions?
Well, yes. I mean, I've already given my my vote for the standalone operator, but either the Metal3 operator or standalone operator would work for me.
Yeah, and I don't have any opinion. I know too little about it so far, but I trust you guys. Yeah.
Okay, I'll summarize the discussion on the thread I mentioned. We essentially tied between these two names, and I'll hear more feedback if we receive it. If not, then in the beginning of January, I'll just make a random choice, I guess, or whatever I feel like after celebrating New Year. that will be the name.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. And I guess the next thing I'm gonna do is propose the renamed to something operator for inclusion under Metal3. So be ready for that. I'm not sure if I should write a design proposal for Metal3 docs or just, write on a mailing list, hey folks, let's get this on.
Yeah, some simple proposal would be good. Just I don't know. I don't need to be that long, but just that you would want to bring it in, maybe some like. Do you have docs for the for the operator itself already? I haven't.
So there's a very brief README, to be honest. If you go like in the top levels, there's some README. It highlights the most important features, but there's no detailed docs. There's also an architecture document which could be actually more useful. For architecture MD, it actually explains. I guess that's more useful for you. It explains what is being deployed.
Yeah. I guess to just make it formal, if I were you, I would just put there a proposal that, I don't know, like adopting the ironic operator, and then just link the architecture and the README in that, and then we would accept it and bring it aboard. And I just want to ask you to please let's make it as a new repo. Don't fork it from yours.
I think I can just give this repo, I'll transfer the repo to the organization because I'm an admin in it. So I'll probably do exactly that.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Then we can keep the issues which I created, will be helpful.
Good, awesome. Yeah, that's fine by me. For the name, I wanted to offer that I can make a new poll between those two options, but yeah, this polling stuff wasn't really successful. Pretty low turnout, anyways. So I would say just throw with the dice and decide between those two. Yep. Okay. So we discussed this also, and there is one last agenda point.
So me again. Yeah, it's a small one. First of all, an announcement. We can run without Ironic Inspector. So there's an option in Ironic image, and BMO is agnostic. It can live with both. Now it would be great in preparation for maybe eventually removing Inspector to have one of the two jobs, I guess CentOS or Ubuntu, whatever you say, to run with inspection without Inspector. If you agree, I'd love to hear any pointers how to do that because I'm not strong in our CI layout.
Main jobs, main integrations, or main features can be adopted, in my opinion, to go without Inspector, but I would wait until the 1.6 releases go out, and after that I would say we can switch to this. I can comment this them, because now I've seen there are already discussion about the 1.6 releases of CAPM 3 and the others.
Yeah, to be clear, we don't need to switch all jobs. But then again, probably to do that, we need to update our customized scripts to allow this option.
Yeah,
This could be hard.
Yeah, what I just meant is just like the integration and the feature test for the PRs or for the daily ones. But my reason is to actually like do it both feature and integration is that if we switch like integration, then and it works, then I would like to know if it works with the features also, because I think it's beneficial for everyone if all of our core functionality works without a separate inspector. I mean, everybody would like to use less components rather than more. So from my side, I'm fine with switching the test jobs for the main branches.
Can I ask a stupid question? So what are the pros and cons of running with and without inspector? Are we trying to completely get rid of it, or where are we heading?
We are heading to completely getting rid of it, yeah. As far as we are concerned here in MetalCube, we have achieved feature parity between two approaches. It's not like the case for all applications, but we're getting there upstream too. So yeah, the end goal is for Ironic Inspector to be gone as a separate entity and just have Ironic do everything.
Okay, then I would be with Adam here that we could make or should make one of the main jobs run without the inspector.
Okay, any hints are welcome. Where to go? I guess I have to go to the customize scripts, and maybe we need to make inspector an add-on, or how it's called in customize, so component. Oh yeah, component. Like TLS already is, for example, and keep alive the. So I guess that would be the first step, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. I can promise to do it this week, and then I'm on vacation early January possibly.
Great. That's also a good addition. Okay, is there anyone who has any comments to any of the topics that we have discussed? Okay, if nothing, then we can go to triaging. And we have quite a lot of these, surprisingly. There is this one. I see, Dimitri, you have already commented on this at the beginning of the meeting. I would also, oh no, yeah, this is completely open-ended. And why does this have no needs triage label? It's very weird. Okay. Then the next one, and I think I will also put there, needs more information. Needs information. And did we have the question label? And this is a question. Okay. Then that was, next one was from Leonard. Basically, Leonard did a very good job of mapping the CR relations. And we have been discussing that there are quite a few, but at least one place specifically, I think it was the MetaCube data, where there were a few seemingly unnecessary owner relations, and that it is basically detailed in his issue. Basically, this part is that the MetaCube data owns the IP address and IP claim, and we have seen this also, I think, with the data, that it both owns the claims and then the actual claimed objects also. So that was, yeah, here also, that was what was very weird for us when we were discussing it. That if we have a system of claims which is needed, then why do we own the actual object also? Why not the claim owns only the actual object? So this is a discussion I pinged many of you here because I think this is a community-wide discussion. And I see that Zain and Dimitri, you have already joined the discussion. As part of triaging, what do you think? I think this is a legitimate issue. Like, I think we should accept this. What is your opinion about this?
Well, I definitely think that we should not delete bare metal host when metal cube machines are deleted. That feels like deeply wrong. I'm not exactly like I'm not very good in other things. Like I'm not sure about this data claims and stuff. But it sounds like a claim is something that someone owns, while datum itself maybe not. But again, I don't know what these are, so just based on names.
And just to clarify, Dimitri, I think when we delete the metal machines, the VMHs are not deleted. So probably there is some misunderstanding. But
Isn't that what owner references actually do?
I have never seen a case where, like, when you delete the machine, it will empty. So it will clean up the BMH will become available, but not deleted. But yeah, I also think about this. It's a valid thing, but we need to have more discussion regarding that.
Yeah, I think this has a potential to be one of the topics on the team meetup, because this is a wider issue, wider discussion.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like no one, maybe Zain has, and maybe Leonard, but no one has, as far as from feedbacks, seem to be like very how to say, like experience with these claim systems and all this stuff. At least I'm not, that's for sure. So yeah, I will accept this. And of course, no one wants to break the existing functionality. At least when we discussed it with Leonard, he has found quite a few things that were not really well documented. That's why he made the map or the graph. So this will be a long process to fix if we have to, if we come to the conclusion that we have to change. I will also comment here that good topic. Well done. Yeah, okay. I accepted them. This was a best practice. This was another one. This states that the PXE had to be set manually as a boot option, and then after that everything worked, if I understand correctly. For this, at least minimum, we would need the environment part to be filled out, and we would need the ironic config, and then we would need the actual BMC protocol that was used at minimum to start thinking about this. And yeah. if I remember, this is the path. And then at least these would be, I think, minimum needed. We need more info. Maybe. No, I always forget this. I will just put there the label. Okay. What else do we have? Good mode. Oh, again, same person. The host timeout reached while inspecting the node. Oh, I think this was what we were looking last week, but I haven't commented. Or was it? No. Or was it the BMC? Oh, yeah. What is the BMC address? Yeah. I thought I have commented. And I will put here a link. I just don't want to look up now the syntax. I always forget that. Okay. Stuck in, and this was where I was stuck in preparing. This is an old one. And there's no communication. It went into stale. We won't spend more time on this. Make architecture agnostic. And I see, Tumo, you had some comment on this. So I guess from your perspective, this was fine in general.
What I said there, I don't remember what I even put there. But... Yeah. But yeah, I think this is good.
good improvement in any case. However, the final implementation will look like, making it like environment or architecture agnostic to run this hack stuff. It's fine. That kind feature. And then I think these are no, this is actually, this was not reviewed. So wrong node kind for spec DNS name is expected mapping, not customization. Oh, this is some customized related stuff. Oh, this would need some someone to test. Some reproduction stuff. Not sure. So Nat, can I tag you with this? You will be working next week. Are you still here? Nope. Okay. Anyways, I will tag a few people who might be able to, might have some time in the coming weeks to check this. But I won't say yes or no because I have not reproduced this error. And I have not seen this. Okay, this was all of them. We have triaged all of them. I have to update one of these. I have this one I have to still put here the syntax. Okay. And then we can check the stairs quickly. This is for you, Dimitri. What do you think? Is this done? I thought this is done.
I'm not sure. I need to check these links. Yeah, send it to me somewhere. I will take a look. But I don't, at least I haven't, I don't believe I've seen the patches migrating these particular aspects.
Okay. In any case, I will move this to, I will remove the stale. I wanted to move this to frozen, but it's not frozen. I think it's something that we want.
Yeah, maybe I'll just allocate some time this week to do it. Don't know.
Yeah, I am just out of context that what was done and what was not done with this. Okay. Then oh yeah, and seems like kind is a bit slow. Or not kind, but the CI. Maybe remove this manually. I use MariaDB option, fail the develop test. Yeah, this is an old stuff, and I have even back in the days removed it from the tracker. I think this will go and be closed after a lot of time. I don't think this will be necessary to work on this, because now the 1.6 will come out and we won't have any support. We already don't have support for 1.2 anything. 1.3 has the legacy support, so the CI is up for that, if I remember correctly. But this will go away. I don't think we have to spend any effort on this. Then there is a flaky test, and I've seen that folks are not seeing it anymore, so this will be closed. Search area design enhancement. I have, oh yeah, this is about the website. I don't really care. This can be closed. I don't know. I see the improvement, but I don't think anyone will work on this. And this we already discussed. No, this will be closed. Oh, okay, good. Okay, so that was all. Is there any question, comment, or anything related to the meeting? Or oh yeah, the one thing I almost forgot. Should we have a meeting in the next 2 days, next 2 weeks?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I don't think there will be a lot of people that
Yeah.
will work next week. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And the week after, I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah. So next week is I think we all agree. Next week is absolutely like not good for most of the folks, and then on a week after that, and I know at least a few people who would be off even in the first week of January. So I would say I send a mail about the first 2 weeks, if that's okay with you. And then, oh, I'm just wondering that should, because I won't be on the first week of January. I will be off. So I'm just wondering, should I ask someone to facilitate, or should we just have the 2 weeks? This is what I'm actually wondering about.
In general,
Let's just have some.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Let's just have some vacation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will go in the direction that I will notify the community that in the next 2 weeks we won't have, and if somebody is so adamant to have it, then that person will facilitate. I'm just joking. Yeah, I will send about both weeks.
Oh no, sounds good. No, one more consideration probably is that like the week after the next one, even if there's people working, or like probably there won't be a lot of changes. So I'm not sure if it really does make sense to have the meeting anyway.
Yeah, because it would be right 3 days right after the holiday season ended.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, 2. Yeah. Okay. I will send a mail to the community and also on Slack. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, it was a bit long meeting, and then let's meet in the new year. Happy New Year to all of you, and happy holiday season, and have a good rest Yep. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year. Yeah.